The Riman pay plan, man. We have got a great one here today. I get excited every time I talk about this compensation plan. When I look at the Riman compensation plan, I truly believe that this is by far the most lucrative compensation plan I've ever seen. Comp plans are something I really focus a lot of time on understanding them and understanding how this model works. And today, I want to make sure that we give everybody a chance to really understand how the pay plan works, why it works, and how it can work for you too as well. And it really comes down, I believe, first off to understanding it as much as possible, right? So we're going to dive into this training today and look at the pay plan and kind of share with you how you can take your business from where you are really also to where you want to go. So I hope tonight that you've got a pen out, you've got a paper out, and you're capturing as much of these notes as possible. Okay. And in the excitement level that I've got right now, it's through the roof, man. I absolutely love, I love talking about the pay plan, and I love sharing all the information about the pay plan. So I like to start off when I talk about pay plans. I like to start off understanding the power of a penny, because this was something that was taught to me very early on when I got started in my career. It was a little over, going on 30 years now. In February, it'll be 30 years ago to that day I got started. And they told me if you double a penny every day for 30 days, it's kind of interesting what happens. You start on day one, you're at 1 cent. Obviously, nobody's passionate about a penny. By day 5, you're at 16 cents. You're saying to yourself, wow, you know what? This is starting to work. And what happens is by day 10, you're at about $5. And then by day 15, you're at $163. Now it's starting to look good. Right now, day 20, you're at about 5,200. But the key is you've got to keep on keeping on, right? We keep on doubling it. Now you're up to 167 by day 25. But by day 30, guess what? Now you're up to $5.3 million. And when I think about doubling a penny, that's how I think about this profession. I think about this profession like that because when we first got started in Riman, that first month, it wasn't like we made a fortune our first month in Riman, right? I think our first month we were a senior manager. Actually, I know we were a senior manager, and our income was not through the roof that first month being a senior manager. But the next month, once we hit team leader, it started to grow like wildfire, right? And then we just kept on keeping on, and the volume just kept growing and growing and growing because we focused in on making sure that everybody, when they got started, we went, we focus on one thing, and that's getting them to that senior manager rank as soon as possible. So let's talk about different types of compensation plans in this type of industry, right? You've got basically a stair step, right? Or a differential payout. That's what we have. A Unilevel is another structure. That's also something that we have. A coded plan or a breakaway plan. Coded is basically when somebody comes in and you're coded at a position, you're always paid the same on that person no matter what, right? So in a breakaway compensation plan is when you're building and somebody's in your organization and then they break away and they go to somebody else, right? They go to your upline. You know what I mean? So a breakaway plan is where somebody that's in your downline will break away and they'll no longer be in your pay plan in your organization. So the coded and breakaway are kind of not really popular anymore. It prevents people from introducing the business to their top people out of the gates because they don't want to lose anybody, or they want to hit the top code before they start recruiting the better people. The binary and the matrix is another comp plan that's really outdated as well. The binary, everybody knows, is a flawed comp plan. 15 years ago, it was probably the most popular compensation plan in our industry. Now, today, everybody knows, hey, the binary doesn't work. Every binary that was once big is pretty much out of business, right? So it's just not a lasting plan. And I could get into the details. If somebody wanted to talk comp plan, I could talk comp plan for days. But the stair step differential, that to me is true to life, right? That's our compensation plan, very true to life. And then the Unilevel is where that long-term residual is. So let's talk a little bit about important reminders, terms that you want to become very familiar with at Riman, right? The first one is SP. What is SP? That's sales points. So you'll see like different products, or you'll see a package, or you'll see something that's going on, and there'll be a SP attached to it. That's sales points. So those are points on products, okay, that we sell that are going to help you for rank advancing purposes or monthly maintenances if for different positions for requirements, right? Now, another thing you'll see is BP, right? Your business points. Your business points are points on products that are going to go for our pay. So that's for our pay, how we make money. So we make money on business points. And it's basically like a Riman currency. How sales points and business points work, it's kind of like a currency. You know what I mean? Here in America, in Canada, in Mexico, in Hong Kong, everybody's got different currency. But we have one currency worldwide, which is called business points and sales points. Okay, so I kind of wrap your head around that. Now, when you hear active customers, you're going to hear two terminologies at Riman: active customers and lifetime customers. What's the difference? Okay. An active customer are customers that have actually purchased in a calendar month. Yeah, that have actually made a purchase in a calendar month. Okay. That would be considered an active customer. Okay. Now, a lifetime customer are customers that have opened a customer account, meaning they've either bought or they've opened an account. Now, why would we want to open an account? Well, if I'm selling a product at my house, let's say I'm doing a pop-up, people are at my house, and I sell them this product that I bought for my starter set, and I give them, and they give me cash, or they, Venmo me the money, or, however, PayPal, Zelle, whatever people use forms of payment, right? Whenever they give me that money, I also want to set up a customer account so they can reorder from that account, or they can come back to me and reorder. But I always want to make sure you always want to make sure people set up lifetime customer accounts, right? Okay. So a lifetime customer account is somebody that opens up a customer account. It's free to do. If somebody buys or as an active customer, they also obviously have a lifetime. They're also a lifetime customer. So let me make it so simple. All active customers are lifetime customers, but not all lifetime customers are active customers. Why? Because maybe they didn't buy something whenever they set up the purchase. If I call my sister and say, hey, when I first got in, I got to get my 10 active customers. I got to get my 10 lifetime customers. Would you do me a favor? Open up a customer account for me. You don't necessarily have to buy anything from me. It's not a big deal. It's a free account. All you need is it's just basically your name and your email address. Would you do me a favor? Open the account for me. And then if you ever want to buy something, you'll have that account ready to go. So a lifetime customer is basically a customer account. Now, let's talk about top retailer bonuses. Okay. A top retailer bonus is actually extra pay on your retail customers. Okay. What's a retail customer? Okay. What is a retail customer? Okay. Very simple. Okay. The retail customer, okay, is simply what? Is somebody that that has actually purchased, right? The products, right? So if I buy a product for myself, okay, that's not going to be what? That would not be a personal customer, right? That wouldn't be a retail customer because that's just me buying for myself. A retail customer is a customer basically that has bought, right? From me as a customer. So, it's once again, a retail customer is super simple to understand. That's basically, whenever somebody buys something. So how do you earn that extra retailer bonus? How do you do that? Okay. How you earn that extra retailer bonus is based off of what? Okay. It's based off of you get 5% once you've accumulated 2,000 in personal volume. Okay. Follow me on this. So if you accumulated 2,000 in personal volume in a calendar month, and you have a minimum of what? 20 lifetime customers. So you have to have a minimum of what, right? At least 20 lifetime customers. If you have 20 lifetime customers, then guess what? Right? You have enough lifetime customers to unlock your top retailer bonus. And once you accumulate 2,000 in personal volume that month, so this is important to understand, you're going to get paid an extra 5% on all your retail customers that you personally have. Okay. So it's a great tool or motivator for people, okay, to make sure that they're getting as many customers as possible. It really helps out with, I like to call them the super sellers, man. We've got people in the organization that they do an incredible job at acquiring customers and getting customers, and just every single month. It's absolutely phenomenal to see because we're talking about some of the best products, in my personal opinion, the best skincare product that I've ever seen, and I've been in skincare for quite some time, selling skincare, and there's nothing I've ever seen that's anything like Riman. Okay. So if somebody accumulates basically 4,000 in personal SP in a calendar month, okay, 4,000 in personal SP in a calendar month. Now they're going to earn an additional 10%. Okay. They're going to earn an additional 10% as long as they have a minimum of 40 lifetime customers on all their retail customers. So you can earn an extra 5%, or you can earn an extra what? 10% on your retail customers. Okay. How? By getting either 2,000 or 4,000 personal volume in a month. Okay. And obviously having your lifetime customers. Very easy to understand. Okay. Now your Unilevel pay is something that you can unlock. It's an extra bonus that's available to you. Okay. So the Unilevel bonus is a new bonus that has come to us probably, I'd say, in the last 6 months or so. And basically it's an extra override on your organization. Okay. Of anything that the people on your team are buying or selling on your team based upon your rank. So if you're a planner, you can unlock your Unilevel, or as a team leader higher, you can unlock your Unilevel, and it'll be different levels. And I'll get into that tonight. Okay. How do you unlock your Unilevel? Very simple, right? Every month, you want to make sure that no matter what your you're acquiring 1,000 in personal SP, right? For anything that you sell or buy, that in your personally. So anything that I sell or buy is going to count towards what? My personal SP in a calendar month. And as long as I've got 10 lifetime customers, and in the month, let's say of December, I have 1,000 in personal SP, I'm going to unlock my Unilevel. So let's talk about what that Unilevel looks like. Okay. This to me, when we open this Unilevel is what drives so much business, right? Because everybody's making sure every month they're unlocking their Unilevel. Okay. So as a planner, and a manager, you can both get a 5% on levels 1 and level 2. Okay. So as a planner manager, you can get paid on level 1 and 2 of 5%. As a senior manager, you can get paid on levels 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 5%, 5%, 3%, 3% as a senior manager. Team leader, you can get paid up to 6 levels. So what's a level? Let's say you brought me in, I would be level 1. Okay. If you personally enrolled me, I would be level 1. If I personally enrolled, let's say Chris would be my level 1, but would be your level what? 2. And then when Chris enrolls somebody personally, that would be his level 1, my level 2, and your level 3. Okay. So as you build levels in the organization, you can get paid extra overrides on that group. Okay. And it's basically on anybody in your team that's a planner hire. So if you sponsor somebody that they're a planner, you're a planner, you can earn an extra 5%. I'll get more into details of this, but I think you understand the basics. Okay. Now, where it says 1,000 in SP under senior manager, you guys all can see that where it says 1,000 SP and 10 customers, it's lifetime customers, or 3,000 SP and 30 lifetime customers. Why does it have 2 different options? Well, one, if you're a senior manager with 1,000 SP, you're going to get paid on those 4 levels. But let's say you're a planner or a manager that has 3,000 in personal SP and 30 lifetime customers. Even though you're a manager, you can still now get paid a Unilevel of like a senior manager. How? By getting that 3,000 personal SP and 30 lifetime customers. Now, in a month, let's say I'm a senior manager. Okay, I'm a senior manager with Riman, and I'm working hard. And let's say that this month I've got 5,000 in personal SP. Right? Basically, what does that mean? 5,000 personal SP, anything that I buy or sell myself. Right? And I've got 50 lifetime customers. But remember, I'm a senior what? Manager. But I'm going to get paid as a team leader because as a team on your Unilevel, you can earn that team leader Unilevel by being even as a senior manager. How? If you've got 5,000 in personal SP in a month and 50 customers, right? 50 lifetime customers, no matter what, if you're a manager, planner, whatever, you can get paid that team leader Unilevel pay. So just understand it's not something we promote very often. I don't talk about it because to me, it's just too much to talk about. But I want to make sure you guys are aware that is available for people. Okay. But obviously, if you're just a team leader with 1,000 SP and 10 lifetime customers, bam, you unlock your Unilevel. You want to make sure everyone in your organization is consistently doing what? Unlocking the Unilevel, unlocking their Unilevel, unlocking their Unilevel every month, creating that culture. Because let me show you what happened. Let's say that you introduce 3 planners to the business, right? And they in return introduce 3 planners in the business over time, right? And let's just say it kept growing over time, it kept growing. And all those planners were averaging 1,000 in BP per month. Okay. What would happen is if you're unlocking your Unilevel, guess what? You'd be making about 33,000 just on creating 3 who got 3 and built that organization. Okay. Now, in order to find 3 good ones, you might need to introduce 10. You might introduce 15 to find 3 people that are going to be like you. But as you get committed to these calls and you jump on calls and learn and you're really focused on developing yourself and developing your skills, what'll happen is you'll get better at helping people get started and have success right away. Okay. Because you're more committed, you're learning and growing, you're developing. So as you get people started, guess what? They're going to have more success because you're leading by example. Okay. Now, let's say that you taught those people only to do 100 in personal BP. You're still making 3,300 a month. Now, what if you had them double, right? If you had them double and taught them how all to get 2,000 BP in a month, guess what? You'd be making about 66,000 in this example. So this is a hypothetical example of what the Unilevel can look like. Okay, so keep that in mind. The Unilevel is kind of that long-term income that will continue to grow as you keep building your distributors' confidence by leading by example, getting your customers and getting, enrolling new active members into the program, teaching Dan how to acquire customers and building an organization, and helping everybody win. So make sure you understand every month, anybody they get that has 1,000 in personal SP sales points and 10 lifetime customers, they can, guess what? Unlock their Unilevel. Okay. And I'm going to talk about that. That's why a lot of times when people join and they get started in Riman, majority of the time they're going to pick up 1,000 or 1,500 point package. Why? If they pick up 1,000 or 1,500 point package and they get their 10 lifetime customer accounts, they're actually going to get paid Unilevel that first month. Okay. So we'll talk about what that looks like in a second. So let's talk about planner rewards, right? Now, as a planner, you're going to get paid basically when somebody gets started as a planner, they're going to get 10% commissions, right, on the BP of any personal sales they make. Okay. So anytime if I'm a planner and I sell a product, I'm going to get 10% on my personal sales. If I purchase a product for myself, right, I'm going to get a rebate on anything that I purchase. Okay. And I also have that retail bonus available to me as well, right? Meaning if I get, the 2,000 in sales points, I can unlock that extra 5%, right? We know that. So as a planner, that's what happens to you. 10% on what you sell, right? And a rebate on what you buy. When you sponsor a planner, right? When you introduce another person the opportunity, you can earn a 5% override, right? On your level one's BP, right? Your level one recruits BP, right? All the planners that you bring in on whatever they basically sell or buy, right? Very simple to understand. Now on your level twos, if you unlock your Unilevel, now you're going to get paid another 5% on top of the 5% you made through the differential. You can earn an additional Unilevel bonus of 5% on level one and then 5% on level two. So how can a planner, why would a planner want to make sure they get started at 1,000 point set? Really easy to understand, because as long as they get their 10 lifetime customers that month that they get started, they get their set, they can get paid on levels one and level two, an extra 5% level one and an extra 5% from that Unilevel on level two, not just 5% on level one, right? So it's actually, you can get paid at 10% on level one and 5% on level two, as long as you unlock your Unilevel. Okay. Very, very, very exciting. So let's break it down. Okay. Here's a hypothetical example. If I'm a planner and I go out there and I'm excited, I'm acquiring, let's say I acquire 15 brand new customers, or, I got 15 customers that order from me in a month. They don't have to be brand new. Any customer that makes a purchase, let's say they average 200 BP. So if I help basically, 15 people average 200 BP, that's going to be 3,000 business points. Okay. That's automatically going to get me to obviously to what, right? Manager two, but let's just talk about planner. 3,000 in BP times 10% is what? 300. But as long as I have my 20 accounts, right? My 20 lifetime customers, guess what? I'm going to unlock an additional 5% retail bonus, right? Of 150. So now I'm going to get paid $450, right? For getting those 15 customers as a planner. Just sharing the products, right? Inviting people over to my house for a pop-up, or just talking to people when I'm out and about, sharing the products with people. I can make an extra $450 just by doing what? Just talking about the Riman products. And, it's just so exciting to help people make extra money, right? Now, let me give you another example. Okay. This is the 5% override. So if I sponsor a brand new planner as a planner, I'm going to get paid a 5% override on my level one planners, right? And whatever they sell or buy. And then I'm also, if I unlock my Unilevel, I'm going to get another 5% on my level one planners. So watch what would happen. If I sponsored, as a planner, I sponsored a brand new planner, shared with them how to get customers like I am, right? And that level one planner acquires 10 customers at 300 BP, right? That would be 3,000 BP at 5%. Guess what? That's $150. You guys see that? Plus, if I unlock my Unilevel, I'm going to get paid another $150. So that's going to be $300 I'm going to earn by helping somebody learn how to get customers. It pays to share this opportunity with other people and help them become successful. That's an override as a planner. Let me give you another. Let's talk about manager qualifications. How do you go from planner to manager? Okay, here's how it works. This is so exciting, okay? Here's how the qualifications work. 3,000 sales points from any personal purchases or products that are personally sold. So anything I buy or sell, okay? And then also my level one recruits, whatever they buy or sell, that's going to count too. Within 3 consecutive months, okay? Within 3 consecutive months. So if I get started in December, January, February, right? Those are 3 consecutive months. If I can acquire 3,000 sales points, okay? Anything I buy or sell, or anybody I introduce buys or sells, I can count up to 1,500 from one recruit towards my 3,000, then guess what? I'm a manager. Once I become a manager, guess what? I never get paid as a planner ever again. I'm only going to get paid as a manager, or if I rank up, I can get paid obviously at a higher rank, but there's no monthly maintenance to stay at that rank. You're going to earn that money. That's why some people, when they come in, they might even come in with a lot of my top leaders came in with 3,000 SP personal because they knew they needed the products and they're like, I need the products, right? and I want to be a manager to start making that extra money right away. Okay. Now, in order to get paid, you need 3 active customers monthly to receive pay. Okay. As a manager. What does that mean? 3 customers that actually what? Purchase from you, right? Customers that purchase from you. 3 active customers. Now, let's say that I don't get my 3 active customers. Guess what? My pay will just carry forward to the following month. That money doesn't go away. It's still sitting for you in that account and an account. And as soon as you get those 3 active customers, bam, that money will be released to you the following month. Okay. So always remember, you want to teach everybody 3 active customers. Now, the month you hit manager, you don't need your 3 customers. What do I mean by that? Let's say on the last day of the month, I hit manager. Okay. In December, I don't need my 3 customers in December, only in what? January. You guys see that? So when you hit a rank, the active customer requirements that month that you hit in are not required. You need to make sure you know that. Okay. So hopefully you guys can understand how to hit manager. Okay. Now let's talk about manager money, right? Managers are going to earn 20% commission on the BP of all their personal sales. They're going to get a 20% rebate on the BP of anything that they buy from themselves, personal purchases. Okay. And then obviously the retail bonus is available. And when I'm a manager, any planner that I have that's level 1, guess what? I'm going to get a 10% override on my level 1 planners, personal BP, whatever they buy or sell. If I have a manager frontline and I'm a manager, guess what? I'm going to earn a 5% override on whatever my level 1 manager buys or sells. Okay. Now on my level 2, I can earn that Unilevel. Okay. So the Unilevel bonus is on top of that 5% or 10% override that I'm making on my level 1 planners. I can get an additional 5% if I unlock that Unilevel. Okay. So every month, everybody wants to unlock their Unilevel. And then on your level 2 planners, right, in the Unilevel, you can earn an additional 5% override on all their personal purchases, whatever they buy or sell, right? So that's manager rewards. Let's talk a little bit about an example. Let's say, as a hypothetical example, say you're a manager, right? Let's say you acquired 15 customers at 200 BP in a month. That would be 3,000 BP. At 20%, how much would you earn? 600, right? Plus an extra 5% retail bonus, right? If you unlock, obviously get your lifetime customers, you unlock your extra income there, your retail bonus. That would be another 5%. So basically 600 plus 150. Now you make $750 on acquiring those customers. Okay. That's why it's so smart to become a what? Manager. So you can make more what? Money, right? Now let's talk about overrides. Okay. Let's say that I'm a manager. And let's say I sponsor 2 level 1 planners and I help them acquire 15 customers at 200 BP each, right? That would be 6,000 BP at 10% override. I'm going to earn 600 plus on my Unilevel 5%, unlocking that. I'm going to get an additional 300 for a total of what? 900 total dollars for helping them become successful and sharing the products. I just love this compensation plan. So powerful. Okay. It's so powerful. So let's talk about senior manager qualifications. Okay. I'm pretty confident the majority of you are like, I want to go senior manager. I know that's where the bigger money's at. That's where everybody says senior manager, senior manager, senior manager. You hear it so much in Riman, right? And let me show you why. How you become a senior manager is this, okay? On your level 1 recruits, okay? On your level 1 recruits and yourself, anything that you buy or sell and anything they buy or sell, that volume, once it accumulates to 6,000 sales points, okay? 6,000 sales points, anything you buy or sell and anybody your level 1 planners buy or sell, once that 6,000, guess what? Right? If it's within 3 consecutive months, December, January, February, you accumulate 6,000, guess what happens? You become a senior manager. Now, remember, you can count up to 3,000 from one recruit. 3 active customers are the requirement, obviously, to receive pay, okay? And once again, if you don't get those 3 customers, yeah, that income will carry forward to the following month, right? We know that, okay? Now, remember, senior manager and manager promotions are, guess what? Instantly, right? You instantly rank up, okay? And you want to go senior manager ASAP. Why? Because you want to maximize your earning potential, right? We want to make as much as we can, as fast as we can, right? Once again, you never fall out of qualifications as senior manager. I just love that about Riman, okay? Let's talk a little bit about the rewards. At senior manager, now I'm going to get 30%, okay, of the BP on my personal sales. So anything I sell, I'm going to get 30%. Plus, I'm going to get a 30%, obviously, rebate on my personal purchases. Plus, guess what? I'm going to earn that retail bonus. That retail bonus as well, I can earn that extra 5 to 10% on my customers. So let's talk about it, okay? On my level 1 recruits, okay, that are planners as a senior manager, I'm going to earn what? I'm going to earn a 20% override. So whatever a planner that I introduce buys or sells, I'm going to earn a 20%. Now, guess what? When I have a manager level 1, guess what? Whatever they buy or sell, I'm going to earn 10% on, okay? Now, when I have a senior manager level 1, guess what? I'm going to get a 5% override on my level one senior managers, whatever they buy or sell. Okay, now watch this. This is the part where it gets exciting. There's also something called an override on my open line planners and managers, all their BP beyond level one. What? What is that? Let me explain. If let's say you're a senior manager, you introduce me and I'm a planner, and I introduce somebody the opportunity and they are a planner, and then they introduce another person who's a planner, and then you build a team of people. There's no senior managers. You're the upline senior manager. That's going to be called open line. What does that mean? That means all the volume, right, in your open line organization is anybody where any volume that you're the upline senior manager, okay? You're going to now get a 5% override past level one. So powerful, so big, right? It opens up that extra income, okay? I just love that about the Riman compensation plan. Plus, if I unlock my Unilevel now as a senior manager, I'm going to earn an additional level 1, 5%, level 2, 5%, level 3 now 3%, level 4, 3%. So I can unlock that Unilevel as a senior manager as well. So there's a substantial amount of income available, obviously, as a senior manager, okay? Let's talk about some examples. Let's say as a senior manager, all right, you acquired 15 customers at 200 BP for the month. That'd be 3,000 in BP. You would earn 30% of that. That would translate into what? $900. Plus, you're going to earn that 5% retail bonus, right? As long as you've got your customers. Now you're going to earn an additional $150. So you're talking about $1,050. Okay, $1,050 for just sharing the Riman products with your family. Just imagine how much of an impact that can make in so many people's lives. Okay, look, I understand $1,000. You're not, you're not wealthy beyond imagination, but you're taking steps in the right direction, and all you're doing is sharing a product that you know that people are going to fall in love with. I just love this compensation plan. Let's talk about overrides. Okay, let's say I'm a senior manager, and let's say I sponsor 5 planners. Okay, and I teach them all how to acquire 15 customers each, 200 BP average. That's 15,000 BP. I'm going to earn 20% on that. That's 3,000 plus. I can earn that 5%. I'm going to earn that 5% Unilevel bonus because I'm going to unlock my Unilevel. Guess what? That's another 750. Now I've just made 3750. I love it, right? 3750 for helping people get started and learn how to acquire customers. Okay. Now remember that overrides on anything they buy or sell. So whatever they buy or whatever they sell, you're going to earn that override, okay? Plus, you get that Unilevel bonus right there that you always want to remember. Every month, you want to unlock your Unilevel. 1,000 BP, how do you earn it, right? 1,000 SP and what? 10 lifetime customers unlocks that Unilevel, right? Every month, getting in the habit of getting that every single month. Man, I'm telling you, smartest way to build your business, right? So let's give you some more examples. Okay, let's talk about team leader qualification first, okay? Team leader qualification. How do we hit team leader, okay? We're talking about 50,000 sales points in a 5-month period in your entire organization, okay? So 5 months in a row, 50,000 sales points in your entire group, okay? You can count up to 25,000 for one single leg, okay? At least 3 senior manager legs. Doesn't have to be front line, but it's 3 individual legs of senior managers. The people that we work with, right, on our team, everybody that's a part of our organization, we always teach people 10 legs of senior managers. Why? We're not just trying to hit team leader, man. We're trying to make a lot of money, man. We want to teach people the right way to build it, okay? The monthly maintenance at team leader is what? 10,000 open line sales points in a month is the monthly maintenance. So what does that mean? That means basically 10,000 minimum in volume that you're the upline team leader for. Anything you sell or buy counts, or anything that you buy or sell, anybody in your organization, whatever they buy or sell, down to the next team leader. Once that is at 10,000, bam, right? You're going to get paid for the month as a team leader, okay? 5 active customers, okay? Obviously, as a team leader, now to get paid, right? If you don't get those customers, that obviously that we all know that money will sit, like it'll stay in the following month. If you get your 5, you release it, but nobody ever has troubles getting their 5 customers. We got to just make sure we remind everybody. Okay, now this is big. Team leader, okay? The deadline to become a team leader is 11:59 Pacific on the last day of the month. Okay. What does that mean? If I hit team leader, let's say on the last day of the month at 11:59, the next day I'll get paid as a team leader. Okay. Because team leader rank advancements only happen on the first day of the month. Okay. So it's very important to understand when you're running for team leader, okay, that you make a decision that you're going to make it happen no matter what. And once you hit team leader, you're going to get qualified on the first of the month. So if you hit, let's say on the 10th of the month, you hit team leader on the 10th of the month, you're going to officially become a team leader come when, right? The first of the following month. That's why at the end of the month, there's a lot of people that are running for team leader. There's a lot of volume going in. Everybody's running hard. every month to push themselves. And even if they're not going to hit it this month, everybody's always running hard because they want to get, it's over a 5-month period. So they're trying to get as much volume as they can every single month. So it accumulates to 50,000. Okay. So this is a really exciting position. Let me show you guys how it works. Okay. You're now going to get 40% on the BP of anything that you, on your sales, and obviously the retail bonus is available. Plus, you're going to get a 40% rebate on the BP of anything that you personally purchase. So you're going to get a rebate on what you buy, right, from yourself, and you're going to get a commission on what you sell. Okay. When you get rebates, always remember whatever number it is, whether it's 10, 20, 30, or 40%, whatever amount of rebate you're going to get, it's going to be based on position. Okay. Half of that rebate is going to be free product credit that you can use for free products. And then the other half is going to be cash. Okay. So the rebates that we get are really generous, right? Because we can use it to buy free products. And then also we get a little bit, we get a cash rebate too, right? So 50-50. So at 40% team leader rebate, 40% commission, plus you can earn that retail. It's powerful. Level 1 planners, they're earning 10. You're going to get the difference of 40, which is what? 30%, whatever they buy or sell. When you recruit a manager, right? If you have a manager frontline as a team leader, they're going to earn 20%. You're going to get the differential of 40%, right? Which is going to be what? 20%. Do you guys see look at how beautiful this is. If you have a senior manager on level 1, they're going to earn 30%. You're getting the difference of 40, which would translate into what? 10%, right? Very super simple to understand. And you're going to get an override on your entire open line organization, all the way down to the next team leader. You're going to get anywhere between 5 to 30% on your entire organization. Okay. And I'll talk about what that means. And then now, your Unilevel bonus is just opened up to what? 6 levels. Level 1, 5%. Level 2, 5%. Level 3, 3%. Level 4, 3%. Guess what? Right? Level 5, 3%. Look at this. This is amazing, right? Level 6, 3%. So you unlock 6 levels in your Unilevel pay. All you've got to do is make sure every month you're getting 1,000 in personal SP and what? You have your 10 lifetime customers. Then every month you can earn that extra income. It's really remarkable how much money is available. Let me show you this, okay? Let's say that you're a team leader and you sponsor a planner. We talked about it earlier. Level 1 planners, how much do they make? 10%. You're making the difference of 40, which is what? 30%. Now, when a planner sponsors a planner, that new planner, right, on level 2, they're going to earn what? 10%. Their sponsor, who's a planner, is going to earn 5%. You're going to get the difference of 40, which is what? 25% on that level 2, whatever they buy or sell. Stick with me on this. You got to understand this, okay? Once you can wrap your head around what I'm telling you, you're going to be like, I got to be a team leader now. This is out of this world, okay? So now that level 3 planner comes in. That new level 3 planner, they're going to earn 10% of whatever they sell or buy, right? Their sponsor is going to earn a 5% override on whatever they sell or buy, okay? And if they unlock their Unilevel, they're going to earn another 5%. But out of that first 5%, right? Guess what? You're talking about 10% for level 3, 5% for level 2. The rest of the money, the 25%, that differential is going to you, the team leader. So when you become a team leader, you want to make sure you're launching everybody. That's why I talk about it. Every time you guys have seen me do these trainings and stuff, you heard me train about it. Team leaders want to be grabbing their brand new people and making sure they become successful. And you see how there's an arrow under level 3 because it continues to go like that all the way down forever. You're getting a differential payout of 40% of whatever is not paid out on your organization as a team leader. So as a team leader, you get paid very well to help everybody in your organization get what? Customers and get customer getters. Because that's what we're doing. We're get customers and get customer getters. And then when we're done getting customer getters, we get more customers. Then we get customer getters. Then we get customers and we get customer getters. That's it. But as a team leader, you're going to get a difference of 40% on your entire organization whenever's not paid out. So let me give you another example, okay? Plus the Unilevel. We all love the Unilevel, right? Level 1, level 2. You guys know how that works. I love the Unilevel. Now watch this. Let's say that you sponsor a manager. How much does a manager get? We know, right? Manager is going to get what? 20%. So you're going to get the difference of 40, which is what? 20%. Now, when they sponsor a planner, how much does that new planner get? 10%. Remember what the manager gets that sponsors them? 10%, right? So that means 20% is going to go to you, the team leader. Okay, now that level 2 planner, what do? They decide to share Riman with somebody and they get a level 3 planner started. That level 3 planner is going to get 5%. Their sponsor, who's a planner, is going to get what? 10%. And you are going to get 25% on that level 3 planner. So 25% is going to go to you. Let me explain it again. Level 3 planner comes in. They're getting 10%. Their sponsors, what? Getting 5%. 25% is going to go to you, the upline team leader. And then that level 3 planner signs up a planner on level 4. Same thing. 25% goes to you as the team leader. So the overrides that you on building your organization are through the roof as a team leader. That's why you want to go team leader. Then obviously we all know Unilevel too, right? I mean, I love Unilevel. So let's talk about what would happen if you're a team leader that sponsors what? Say you sponsor a senior manager. Let's look at what happens. The senior manager is going to get 30% on whatever they sell or buy. You as the upline team leader is going to get a differential payout of 40%, which would be 10%. Okay. Now that level one senior manager, they sponsor a level two planner. Okay. That level two planner gets 10. The senior manager who sponsored them, your level one, what's going to happen to them? They're going to get 20%, right? Because they're getting a differential of 30, and you're going to get a 10% override on that level two planner. Okay. Now that level two planner, guess what they do? They sponsor a level three planner because they're fired up, right? They love it. They love Riman, man. They love the products. They love the before and afters. They're like, this is awesome, man. I want to talk to everybody about this. So now a level three planner comes in. Watch, this is the part where you got to pay attention. The level three planner earns 10. Their sponsor earns how much? 5. And the senior manager, remember that 5% override they get? Remember how they got that open line override? 5% goes to that team, a senior manager on that third level recruit. And then you as a team leader, you're going to get 20%. 20% comes to you because you're getting the differential payout on your entire organization up to 40%. 40%. The income that's available for team leaders, that's why we teach our team leaders to build 10 legs. You get 10 legs moving, man, as a team leader, you're making a lot of money, man. That's what I love to help people do. And I know money's not motivating everybody. I understand that. But still, as a leader, you want to make as much money as you can because you can help other people do stuff that you know how to do. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about some of this other income that's there. We give you a hypothetical example. Okay. Obviously, at Unilevel is available as well. Everybody loves the Unilevel. As a team leader, you got to make sure you unlock your Unilevel every month because it is very nice paycheck. Okay. Now, let's give you a hypothetical example. Let's say you had 100 open line planners, okay, in your organization. You just got 100 planners, right? And they all acquired, guess what? 15 customers at 200 BP. That'd be 300,000 in BP come in your organization. Now you're getting paid anywhere between 5 to 30%. So let's say hypothetically 15%, and that's a pretty accurate number. You're at 15%. That means you'd make $45,000 that month. $45,000 plus your Unilevel pay. And I can't calculate that because it's just your entire organization. Some might be on level 1, some might be on level 3, whatever. But I'm telling you right now, there is a substantial amount of income right now available for you once you make a decision that I'm going team leader. And that's why I always teach everybody, man, you want to have 10 legs running. Okay. You want to have 10 legs running because there's so much money on the table. When we had team leader, our income went through the roof. I was like, this is incredible, man. I can't believe how lucrative this compensation plan is. I got to get all my buddies, all my friends to team leader. And I just helped everybody go team leader. Next thing you know, bam. How'd I help them go team leader? Everybody, when they got started, we got them all senior manager. We just turned into a senior manager factory. And it just grows like wildfire, man. It's unbelievable how exciting it is, okay? Let's talk a little bit about some of this bigger money, the leadership match bonus. This is the reason why I got started in Riman, okay? They started this on December 5th. That was the day I got started in Riman, okay? This leadership match, when you develop a team leader or higher, you're going to get 40% matching bonus on what they earn through the differential, through the Unilevel. It's unbelievable how much my money's available now. Also, there's director, senior director, and national director overrides, okay? So you're also going to get paid 40% of those as well. So there's a lot of money to be earned in these matching bonuses, even as a team leader, okay? So watch how this works. Let's talk about it. Let me break it down for you. I'm going to show you why this is so lucrative, okay? Let's say that you got 5 legs of team leaders, okay? You want to have 10, but I'm going to show you 5, okay? Let's say you've got 5 legs of team leaders, and let's say their average income is $10,000 a month, and you're getting 40% of their income. You're earning $20,000 a month. So you have 5 people make 10, you make 20. Hello, watch this. Then you teach them to do what you did. You're like, hey, you got to do what I'm doing, man. I'm helping everybody win. You should help everybody win too. And they're like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to do that. And they do the same thing. Okay, they go out there and they create 5 team leaders and help them average $10,000 a month in income. They're getting the 40%. You're now getting 20%. So now you're making 50,000. They're all making 20. You're making 50,000. I'm telling you right now, it pays to develop leadership. Trust me on that. Okay. Because this is by far the biggest portion of our check, by far. Okay. And then guess what? You teach those 5 team leaders on generation 2 to develop 5 team leaders. And guess what happens? Now you got 125 team leaders on generation 3. averaging 10,000 in income. You're at 10% of that. That's $125,000 that you're earning. That's 195. Is that 195? Good gosh, that's a lot. Oh my God. It's $195,000 a month you're earning. And you're earning that money by doing what? Helping everybody else earn income. That's why it's so important to make sure all the team leaders on your team are doing what? Making sure they're making as much as they can. Everybody's got to unlock their Unilevel, because guess what? That's a portion of match bonus. Now remember, this is just 3 generations. Keep in mind, there's six generations of check match available. And if you're a team leader and you sponsor a national director, guess what? You're going to get paid on their national director percentages that they earn, because there's another 7%. I'm not going to get into it today, but there's a lot of money in this compensation plan. You're talking about 40, 20, 10, 5, 5, 5. You're talking about 85% matching bonus. I've never seen anything like it. 85% matching bonus in our compensation plan for developing leadership. Strap on your seatbelts. We're going to develop a lot of team leaders. I'm telling you right now, this year, 2026 coming up, man, we're going to be developing team leaders like never before. Show you guys a little bit more money. Here's what it looks like. Your team leader team commissions are going to grow like this, okay, depending on how you're building your group. You're building your group really wide, it'll just keep going. If you're a team leader, once you get your 10 legs as senior managers, your income's going to go, it's going to skyrocket. But this is what it looks like, is you're going to hit team leader and you're not going to have your 10 legs at the beginning, okay? You're only going to have maybe 3 or 4 or 5, and then it's going to start to take off once you get your 10, okay? Then you're going to have your team leader match bonus. Your match pay is going to just start off kind of small, because you're not really going to have any team leaders when you first start off as a team leader. And then once you start breaking team leaders, you start popping 5, 10 team leaders, your check goes, and then it just goes to the roof. Okay. This is what happens, right? And then you've got your Unilevel check that is consistently just growing, because you're teaching everybody to build a rock solid organization and make customers the most important element of your business. This is what's going to happen to your income. But you got to remember we talked about doubling that penny every day for 30 days. You can't double a penny every day for 5 days and it gets to be like what, 5 cents, or what was it? It was like, I don't even know, it was like $5. I don't even think it was $5. It was like $1.36 or whatever it is. And then you're like, all right, man, well, I'm going to take a break. And then when you're consistently inconsistent, then all right, it's time to start doubling that penny again. And you start off with 1 penny, and then you double it to 2, now 5, and then you're a start stopper, right? If you just keep on keeping on every single day, and you create habits that are going to be in alignment with success, your income's going to go through the roof. I can tell you, okay? Because that's what we're doing here, right? We're doing, and that's what we're leading by example. Chris and I lead by example. Why? Because we want to show you how to do it. I can tell you how to do it, or I can show you how to do it, okay? In this business, I promise you this, it's easier to show people than to tell people, right? It's not listen to me carefully, but don't watch me too close. That's not leadership. Leadership is listen to what I say, but watch what I do. Okay? Watch what I do. And we've got to make sure we're setting the pace and we're setting the tone. Even if we're brand new, we're going to make it happen. So let's talk a little bit about it, okay? Right now is the time to take action, okay? We got Long Beach coming up right now. There's never been a better time to get everybody excited about Long Beach. The ticket prices go up after December 31st, so we've got to make sure we take advantage of that. We got pay period deadline coming up on Wednesday, right? Everybody's running hard right now to make sure we're getting all the volume in. We've got the promotion that's happening tonight right now, the Boxing Day promotion. This got free shipping on all products. It's unbelievable. The Boxing Day promo is through the roof. Free shipping site-wide on everything. You know what I mean? You buy an enzyme. Somebody buys a Snow enzyme. Free shipping. What? That's happening right now. Okay. And if they hit a certain threshold, they're going to get free products with it as well. So I'm just letting you know right now, don't let this window of opportunity right now that's available slip through your fingertips. The free shipping site-wide, because usually you have to do what? In America, you have to have over $200 US dollars to unlock free shipping. Right now, say people didn't get the Christmas present they wanted, right? How often does that happen? Well, buy something for yourself. Go buy some compliments, right? How do you buy compliments? You buy our products, right? Our products are going to give you compliments. So we got to sneak everybody in this month. Why? Because the December leadership search promotion is going on right now. You want to make sure no matter what, you hit team leader by Long Beach. If you're already a team leader, create a team leader by Long Beach. And you want to obviously get yourself qualified for Costa Rica. But I want to challenge you right now to step up and say, hey, you know what? This is my time to make it happen. This is my time to do something great. This is my time to give it everything that I got, because this window of opportunity right now that's available, I know it's never going to be recreated again. And I'm not going to let this moment in time slip through my fingertips. This is my time to make a decision in my mind, and I'm going to make a decision right now in my heart that I'm going to give it everything that I got. Okay, look, my mentor told me this. There's only There's only one way to succeed in anything. There's only one way to succeed in anything. And you know what he told me? He says, that's to give it everything. There's only one way to succeed at anything, and that's to give it everything. You got to give it everything that you got. Okay? Because there's a fortune waiting for you at the finish line, right? We got to make a commitment in our mind and make a decision in our heart that we're going to become a team leader. How are we going to do that? First thing we're going to do is wrap up senior manager ASAP, right? Who do we know right now that's not a senior manager? If you go look in the mirror and you find one right there, that's a perfect person. Let's get them to senior manager ASAP. If you've got people in your organization that aren't senior manager, maybe you are, you got to be a senior manager factory. Okay, we got to get everybody right now becoming successful on your team. Okay, you got to have that mindset that says everybody on my team is going to win. You sign up with me, you get started with me, you lock arms with me, I'm going to get you to the top. I'm going to get you to the top. Over, under, man, we're going to get there. You got to know that you've got what it takes. But you also have to realize that it's going to take what you got. Okay, it's going to take what you got to be able to get to where you want to go. And we're going to be talking about next week goal setting workshop. What? Goal setting workshop? That's the best training I got. Okay, by far the best training I got is my goal setting workshop. Okay, because the goals are what changed my life. Okay, before I had goals, I was a wandering generality. And once I started to understand how to set goals, I became a meaningful specific. And goal setting, I'm telling you right now, is something that once you can teach your team how to do it, not just you do it, but you start doing it and you start achieving incredible things through goal setting. You start teaching your team to be able to do incredible things. Sky's the limit. So don't let this window of opportunity slip through your fingertips. Make a decision in your mind. Make a decision in your heart. This is it. This is my time to do something great. This is my time to do something special. Let's lock arms and let's make 2026 the best year ever. And how do we do that? Over the next few days, close out 2025 better than ever before. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight, man. Hope you had fun. Love you guys. Hope you understand the pay plan a little bit better. And we'll get this recording up for you guys so you can kind of watch it again and get more understanding. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. See you back next week. Let's make it happen.